From the great halls of their house, there are assembled three who hope to one day be the world's greatest driving heroes. Created from the cosmic legends of the universe comes our team captain, the Vision, Bill Fisher. Their soon-to-be Wonder Woman, Vicki Fisher. Our Captain Marvel and head flight trainee, Jennifer Scripchuk. And our Batman, the master of tools, gadgets, and all things mechanical, our mild-mannered soon-to-be billionaire, Alan Danvers. Their mission, to fight injustice, share what is right and wrong, to get you out of your house and come out racing with them, and serve all mankind. They are the Garage Heroes in Training Team.
Welcome to the Zombie Garage Heroes in Training podcast. I'm going to be the only host here that's wide awake because everybody else is a zombie. My name's Bill. Who else is hosting?
I'm Vicki.
Zombie
I'm
Vicki.
Jennifer.
Zombie Jennifer.
I'm Jess.
Zombie Jess.
I'm Audra.
And I think Audra's actually functional. We'll see. Post-race hangover is real, right, people?
Yes.
Yes. God, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I'm still suffering. Oh, yesterday was my worst day.
Yesterday was definitely the worst day.
Yeah, I agree. I was pretty useless.
Monday wasn't too bad. Like the wall that you hit yesterday. Holy cow, man.
I know. I had mentioned that I was walking my dog at the airfield as I was unpacking and organizing a little bit, prepping Bill, and I took a nap under a tree because it looked comfortable. I did. Me and the dog. I needed like 15 minutes. I was like, okay. Yeah, this is good. This is
the
good.
nicest thing I've heard this week. You took a nap.
I know.
With your
We're all like,
dog. Life doesn't get any better than that, right?
Yeah, I was at work. Yeah.
I was
Anyway.
Me too. I had to go in the office. It was not a pleasant day.
So, ladies, we had our second, it seems like annual, ladies race. Jess's first endurance race, Audra's second endurance race. Jennifer, you're in the 20s, and Vicki, you're whatever. You've done a bunch. How was it, ladies? What did we do? Where did we go? How did we get here?
We had fun. Who cares where it was or what we did? It was
oh. I just want to do it again. That's all. I've been daydreaming about it all. And let me tell you, on the ride home, I had a 5.5 hour ride home, and it was like, where's the fun cars and the course etiquette?
Right? Did you kind of feel the racetrack while you were in the car?
Absolutely.
I've had that. Did you see the line when you were driving home and you
I did
follow the apex?
Although I will say I felt way safer on the racetrack than I did on the highway on the way home.
Right? Absolutely.
You're actually with people who are paying attention. Who knew?
That's exactly it. Like I remember, 10, 20 years ago, you used to feel like you were on the highway with everybody who's kind of in it together to just get where we're going safely. And now I don't feel like that anymore. I did on the track. I don't on the highway.
What track were we at, ladies? In case they missed our Saturday night semi-lubricated live video.
Yes, we were at New Jersey Motorsports Park in Millville, New Jersey.
Which track?
And we were on Thunderbolt.
Yes, we were.
We were on Thunderbolt, the non-phallic track.
This one looks like a
non-phallic track.
It doesn't get shorter when it's cold.
No, it doesn't get short. No, this one does not.
How dare you beat me to my joke, Audra? You're killing me.
Good joke.
It was funny when she said it. Maybe it's the way I give it. Anyway, whatever.
Yes, everybody was there for the entire weekend. Girls stayed on track. We had camp share with several teams, including Monkey's House. And I forget who the boys were next to us or behind us, but we pretty much shared with whoever. So
We've never run out of food yet.
And then the people that were to the right of us in the garage they came over for some coffee in the morning, and it was It was great. I was actually, to be honest, I was a little bit apprehensive about that. I was like, I love my own bed. We'll see how this goes. But it was great. Like there was showers on site, right on the track. I'm like, it just wasn't even an issue. I was just having too much fun to care.
Well, also, if you think about it, you're just too exhausted. Also, you're right there. Mornings come early.
And the girl bathrooms are always clean.
And
They have very
are.
nice ones. They have
Yeah.
nice ones over there at the NJMP track.
Yeah.
So
And it gets to a point, I feel like, where you're so grimy, you just stop caring. You're like, I'm like, I didn't bring enough t-shirts. I was like, I wore this t-shirt yesterday. I was like, it's got like, dirt stains on it. I'm like, I'm just gonna wear it again today. I don't care. It's very liberating.
Brooklyn Bomb Squad, just to make sure we talk about our friends who were next to us.
Oh yeah.
oh, the Brooklyn
so
Bomb
nice.
Squad. Yes.
Yes, they were. They have our sticker on the car. Who knew? So ladies,
Yeah.
you were in a 1993 Honda Civic DX hatchback, EG for all those Honda Challenge and friends. How'd you like it?
I'll let the ladies talk
I was
about
to say,
it.
I'm gonna stop. I feel like I'm dominating everything. I want to hear Audra.
Dominating with Jess. Oh, sorry. different.
It was
episode.
small, it was nimble, it was quick, it was fun to drive. It was challenging with the cookie on top. It was less challenging without the cookie on top. It was way more fucking fun. And the best thing, like, I don't know if I'm jumping ahead or not, but when somebody stole your cookie and put it in their car, that made me laugh because I'm like, you don't know what you're setting yourself up for.
I did too.
You did not improve your car.
That was the funniest thing I've ever seen. That was hilarious. I loved that. Loved that.
I think Jess.
Oh
and
my
I were
God,
up on
yeah.
top
I
of the
forgot how
tower.
much fun front wheel drive is to drive.
Mhm.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
I think Jess and I were on top of the tower for the start of Sunday when we saw the cookie like driving by, and I'm like, "Hey, somebody stole our cookie."
I know
know.
that was so.
And
then it ended up on the 24 Hours of Lemons Instagram.
Yeah.
And what was so nice was when the people came over and introduced themselves, and they were like, "This was the highlight of our weekend." Like taking the cookie, and they're like, "We hid it under a tarp so you guys wouldn't see it," which we didn't, until it was on the trip. And I remember Vicki going like, "I have no idea where the cookie ended up."
I don't know who the guy was, but one of the guys that was pushing me in at the end, he was like, "We stole your cookie." And I'm like, "Oh my God, that was hilarious."
Yeah.
All I saw on Saturday, like mid-afternoon, maybe the race was still going. I just saw our cookie scurrying down the street. I'm like, where's our cookie going? And why is it on top of somebody's head? But anyway, it all worked out. It was good. So ladies, we didn't talk much about our Friday practice. Does Friday practice help you guys? You guys are relatively new. Jen was new to the car. She hadn't driven a front-wheel drive car for several years and never drove this car.
Yeah, I gotta say I was a little reserved on Friday.
Yeah.
I was a little conservative driving. I wasn't very sure of it on Friday. Saturday was awesome. And
Post cookie, right?
Right. And then Sunday was awesomer.
Awesomer. Okay.
Awesomer.
Okay. Would you do it again, Jen?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It was a fun little car to drive. It really
Mhm.
was.
Okay.
Once you got the nuances of how to drive it, then it became really fun.
Yeah. I mean, it took a while, but yeah.
Miss Jess, you were driving a Miata on the same track for your first time ever the week before, and you
I was.
You changed to a front-wheel drive Honda Civic. How was that?
It was different. It was very different. And I almost feel like I wish if I could do it again, I would have put a so The Incredibles, I think that the woman that makes the costumes, Edna, she's always like, "No capes." Like there was one turn where I was always like, "No brakes."
Which one was
I
that?
feel like I needed like a sticker with her. She's got like the black hair and like a bowl haircut. I feel like I needed a sticker of her saying "No brakes" right on this one. There was like a few turns that like I needed the brakes when I was in a rear wheel drive Miata, and I did not need the brakes in a front wheel drive car where you can like just lift and then feather the gas. And so it was a little different. But I thought it was so much fun. Again, I just forgot how much fun front wheel drive is. You can just really push it, and you can get all your aggressions out on the pedal in a way that you can't do in a rear wheel drive car.
You can. It just doesn't work out well. But
Well, true.
Miss Audra, how did you you went from a fairly modern BMW M2 nuclear missile to a 1993 Honda Civic, probably the biggest change of the team for the weekend?
I won't say that I didn't miss the power. I did a little bit, or I won't lie, but it was super fun that when you came out of a corner and downshift, and then like you could just floor it, and just your foot is fully on the throttle and your butt's a little bit off the seat because you're pushing so hard because you're like, I just want to go faster. So it was really fun. A lot you can do with front wheel drive car. It's more forgiving than the rear wheel drive. So you can really toss it around and do things that you can't get away with in the rear wheel drive. Granted, I may have tossed it around a little bit too much and wanted to black flag twice, but that said,
We'll get to that later.
Right.
Yeah,
We're not going to gloss over that one. So
Jennifer and I were just talking about taking it out to an HPDE just so we can learn how to really throw this car around, because we're not really.
I like toss it around. I like how Audra said it. Just toss it around. I want to go toss it around.
Yeah, I want to go toss the car.
I remember when
I think that would just be so fun.
I remember when I first got my, when I was reading all the reviews about the Miata, when I was getting ready to purchase it, and I was watching YouTube videos. I think I talked about this on our podcast, Audra, and all the reviews were like, oh, the back end playfully, slips out every once in a while. And I was like, I could think of another word for this besides playfully, but after I had it for a while and I was like, oh my God, the back end, it's just playfully. So yeah, you toss it around.
Yeah.
Miss Vicki, you got to drive it for the second time. Different track. Any pre-cookie, post-cookie, pre-cookie again?
Oh, post-cookie.
Oh, post-cookie. Yeah. The cookie had a little bit of weight to it and a little bit of that's one thing I did not take into account. But it was adorable.
Sound.
It was very structurally sound. There was definitely a difference when you took it off. The track.
But let's talk about how easy it was to take it off, because how did you have that mounted on there? Because everybody wants to know.
Oh, geez. Oh, so
we
the
have
cookie.
had a question on how it was constructed too, so you might as well just do the whole thing now.
Okay, so the cookie was constructed from EPS foam, high density foam, and underneath of it looks like a hot cross bun with metal strapping, and then underneath is angled perforated straps. So it's 90 degrees, they're perforated and they kind of hold and are carved into the cookie itself. So it kind of holds it. And then I learned how to weld.
Nope, you foamed over it.
Yes. And then because I had to weld, it created like these pockets of hole, from the heat, created these pockets. So I used a spray expandable foam to fill in those areas so it holds. Built a square base that was welded to the straps with the bolts that were welded to that, so that wouldn't go anywhere. And then I just fiberglassed over the whole thing.
How did you paint it?
So when you lay the fiberglass, you have to glue on aluminum foil, because then it becomes like paper mache right after that. So you just put the sucker on. It was so fast to do it.
It only took a week.
Well, from start to finish, it probably took about 4 days, 4 or 5 days. Yeah, but there was curing times in between that you really had to make happen. Mm-hmm. And after that, it was just acrylic paint, and then with a sealer on top of it is all it was. And it was just so much fun to paint. It was so much fun to paint. It's just me and Jennifer love this. We live for this part of the racing and repairing a car. We live for liveries and the fun stuff. But it was really easy. It's super solid. In a set, I know it's got some weight to it, but we wanted to make sure this thing was not going to take flight. So
It definitely didn't.
And it did not. No.
It looked
It
delicious.
looked awesome. It was amazing.
it was
It was
pretty cool.
absolutely amazing.
And it was heavy. I'm going to have to sell it to a cookie company when we're done or someplace.
Oh my gosh.
So
Top dollar.
I tell you, that car made everybody happy. Like people.
it was a happy car coming
was.
around. It had nice coloring. It's a nice sunny yellow.
Just had good vibes. Yeah.
Yeah, it did. It really did.
Had good
So-
energy.
We'll see how it goes over at NASA Great Lakes this weekend. But
Yeah, Bill right now has to take it to comp school. Yeah, he's got to be driving Chrissy's mom's cookies, getting it out there.
that's right.
There's always a story.
There is. So ladies, how did the race in general go, and how did the let's stay in the paddock area. How did the garage and everything go for the race? How'd you guys do?
I don't know.
Well, you know what? The car was quite prepped. There was a couple small things that had to get done. I am learning about electrical next. So this is one area that I try to do myself. And I still a little bit sketchy on it. And I'm not sure if it's the equipment, because equipment is used that we're putting in there. I think that has something to do with it. And to put in the sensors for the lights that are going to be going off inside the car, that was going to be a bigger job. But we got the fuel gauge working, which was really a good idea.
Well,
Really
we
good
knew when it
idea.
ran out.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah,
Labeling all the parts really helped us.
yes, yeah.
I learned a lot of really way more efficient ways to do things. Like I have a jack, I have 2 jack stands. I'm buying 2 more because I saw how easy it was to put the car up on 4 jack stands, and it's like swapping tires, especially with that torque rod that you had that wouldn't over torque the car.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh my God, it'll take me no time to swap tires. Like I learned so much from you guys, so many more efficient ways to do things that, like, it's almost like, how they say you don't know what you don't know,
Right.
So it was
So when-
nice to see new ways
And,
to do things.
And there's the torque sticks that you'll be using cost less than one trip to the tire shop to get your tires swapped. So
I have a very full Amazon cart right now.
Yeah, right.
I was really impressed with how prepped this car was. I was with you last year at Thompson with your race truck.
Mhm.
And I remember, like Friday night, I left, I don't know what time it was, and you were still going. And then Saturday you were still going. And then
Mhm.
things happened and the truck had to be repaired in the middle. And there was none of that this time. Like this car was perfection. It was all ready. There was so minor things that needs to be done to it. So
Yeah.
that was really impressive. You guys just did such a
Great
good
job,
with
Vic.
this car.
Thank
Yeah.
you. 3 cheers for Vicki.
Thank
I'm
you,
clapping
Alan,
in
out
my
there
Right.
too.
and
Yeah.
Alan, yes.
Yes.
Great job. And I've been
Yeah.
following the progress on your like all the pictures that we knew how hard you guys had worked. Man, did it pay off in spades.
Well, yeah. Well, I post those things mainly because I'm just so proud of myself, because I'm learning, and the stuff that this time around, I think Alan couldn't come for like the last 2 weeks, but I didn't need him because I knew what I needed to do. And especially as soon as he taught me how to, it's not that I didn't know how to weld, because I spent like an entire day welding and had everything was instructed to me. But as soon as I told him, I said, it's not that I don't know how to weld, or, it's an artsy thing. So, fine motor skills. I mean, how hard can it be? It's, I don't know how
Have
to
you
turn
seen
the
my
machine
welds?
on. I don't know how to turn the machine on.
I
As soon as
understand things.
as soon as I figured that out, off. But it was only because that I started really understanding this time around with this car that, I can, if Alan is not there to help guide me through some stuff, then I just know what I need to do and just do it. So it was awesome.
But Vicki, you had 3 great people helping you
I did.
this entire
did.
weekend.
You
I
did.
did.
You did amazing. As like, you can definitely tell that I can tell that you just have like a glow about you really enjoy doing the mechanics.
I do.
And that comes through. Like you did such a good job, like knowing exactly what needed to be done and telling us what needed to be done. But I can tell that, like all driving and racing aside, like you really shine in the garage working on the car.
I
both
enjoy
like
it.
a well-oiled machine, and Jen is just like quietly very awesome.
Yes,
No?
she
Yes.
is. She is. No, everybody falls into their roles with our team, and they're very strong in those roles. And it's not that we don't have crossover. We definitely have crossover, but it did. I have to say, this weekend, it really flowed very smoothly. We did have help from Monkey House. Thank you, Jeremy Hall, Ryan Suska, and Nick. I don't know Nick's last name.
Nobody knows Nick's last name.
Yes, but they popped over, and I just remember just being tired, and they said, "Don't touch the brakes." Somebody told Jennifer not to touch the brakes because they were going to do the brakes for me. Okay. One of my least favorite things to do is brakes. But it's like doing dishes. They're always there. They always have to be done. So but it was nice that like got that out of the way, and then the car was back on the next day, and we had no mechanical problem at all. So it was awesome.
Those guys were the real deal. They lost a wheel.
I know.
Now get the whole axle.
Yeah,
it was.
Back in and get it going.
No, they didn't lose it. They know exactly where it went. Yeah. So Monkey House was doing the race truck, and I don't know how it happened, but the hub sheared off from the axle, and then just took off without them.
They weren't going fast enough.
No. And I looked at it and I was like, holy, I've never seen like the whole car have it just shear off the axle. And it did. Just so nicely done. It was very clean. They went out and they went to a local junkyard, went and got the axle and had that thing back on probably within 40 minutes. Like they had the whole back end ripped off and right back on track again.
Absolutely amazing.
It was amazing.
The car, there was another car that came in with no wheel. And I was like, wow, this is a thing? What?
Was that Amanda's car? Oh my gosh. My mom was laughing at Amanda. Mome rats were right like 2 stalls over. And Amanda got hit in such a way where I think it damaged her control arm. And she had to replace like the stuff that was underneath. 6 guys were over there. And I tell you, she hopped out of her car, went and got her equipment, went and got her tools, went at it. And she elbowed the guys out of the way. Some of them were over there trying to line it, do the big diagnosis. And my mom was stunned. Was she sitting there taking pictures of her? She goes, girls can do anything. I'm like, I know, right, Mom? But she went in there, she elbowed them out. She's got a picture of Amanda changing her stuff and 6 guys walking around looking at her. They're just all standing around the car just watching her do it. It was so
no
funny.
joke. Completely amazing.
Yeah.
Like, if my car did that, it'd be at the mechanic for a month, and that was like $2,000. Where is she?
So Jess and Audra, do you guys feel a little better about when you eventually get your car ready to go? You guys feel a little more prepared than the last going into the race, maybe?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I'd be there for the start. I'd be there for the finish. It was so fun. I'm ready.
I'm not prepared to go to a junkyard, get an axle and put it in 40 minutes. I won't lie.
I'm up for the challenge.
I feel more comfortable with.
So I have to tell you, in that this goes with what Audra's saying, like my brain, on the other hand, is like exploded. Because now I was like, well, now like I have my, my keyboard and my band equipment. I'm like, now I'm ready to it just did something to my creative process. Like I am ready to go write songs. I was like, I'm ready to go like drill around my house that didn't work. I was like, I will duct tape it all. I will do whatever it takes to get it running. I'm like, oh my God, this is just my jam.
Jess just went through a little mental glass ceiling.
It did.
Yeah.
It's not so scary, huh?
Well, what was really nice about it was, and I think a big part of it was, you put the phone down. Like I was so present because like nothing else really mattered except like what was going on at the moment, and all these things around you to look at and all these new people to meet and talk to and so many things to do. It's like everything else that was going on online is so irrelevant to you know where you are. So it's a really great way to be present. You know, it's like camp for adults. It really is.
It is. So Vicki started the day on Saturday. That as per usual, she doesn't let anybody else start for some reason.
Yeah.
Selfish. But Jess, we got you out there for your first time in traffic. We kept your first stint ever short, just so you could not get totally overwhelmed and overloaded and get a little
Just
bit
put
of
your toe in.
a breather. How was your first stint?
It was awesome. I'm glad I had Friday to just be out there and experience it, because you know, just I had the week before at an HPDE, and okay, it's very different. It's very orderly. You know, you do your point by, you can't pass without one. You know, obviously at Lemons, they're recommended, but there are no point bys, and you literally have like cars whizzing by you on either side, passing on turns wherever they can. And it took a minute to get used to that. But the fortunate thing was that at that point, because I'd had last weekend, I was comfortable with the track, and just with my autocross background, I was comfortable with the line. And apparently I'm a little more competitive than I thought I was, because I was ready to just like dive in there. And so I found myself, it was fun. I found myself listening to the great advice of all the people that had talked to me the day before, and the things that they had said, you know, like be predictable for the faster drivers, you know. And then I could also see that other people were being predictable for me. And there were certainly outliers in either direction, people overly aggressive and people, you know, who were like so new that they were kind of all over the place. And then eventually you do have some time to yourself to just enjoy the track and have fun. And oh my gosh, as soon as I got off the track, I was like, I can't wait to do this again.
Was it a good idea for you to have a shorter stint, that first one? Just to...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Miss Jen, your first stint in the Civic and in their combat conditions, how'd it go?
It was fine. I spun. Did not get black flag, but I just came in.
You weren't the first one to spin on Saturday.
Oh, I know.
Your sister started us off with a commando performance on spinning.
I did.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it was quite difficult to get back on track. There were so many cars. I was stuck in the chicane where everybody was slowing down. I had to wait quite a bit.
Okay.
But it was early on.
Were you at the chicane or were you at turn 5?
I was at the chicane. Entry of the chicane.
Turn 3?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Very well. That'll go on the Excel spreadsheet. I had it at turn 5.
It was the same one where you hit the tire wall your first time out.
Okay, that's fine. How did this get to be about me? That's all I need to know. Very well. That was 5 years ago, but hey, not that you're keeping track or anything, but fine. Miss Jen, where was your spin, and why did you spin there?
It wasn't the octopus. It was on the other side. I don't know what turn that is.
Turn 5, the left-hand turn 5.
Yeah, that really, really wide one there. Or yeah, it's not wide. It's really sharp turn.
I think it was the one where Jess went off.
I think everybody went off.
That was turn 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn 5.
So yeah, I definitely, it was lost the back end.
Lifted.
Yeah.
That's what does it.
Yep.
Were you looking at me in your rearview mirror like you did on Friday, or was it different this time?
No, I think it just, it's a pull, not a push.
It is.
And you know what? I came in and I went in to see the judges, and that's what they asked me, like, what happened? I'm like, it's a pull, not a push. Well, that's what Vicki said.
It's like you guys are sisters or something.
Right?
Almost like we go to HPDEs and try to learn from them, but hey.
Yeah. So, I just forgot that moment. But I'll tell you what, after that, I just kept repeating, it's a pull, not a push. It's a pull, not a push. The whole entire time. So I finished. And then it got better. And Sunday was great.
Right? Oh my
Right?
gosh.
Yeah.
All right.
So it really was a great weekend to get to know the car. It was fun.
Mhm.
I know, and I got to know you. It was so great.
Yeah.
It was great just to get
Yeah.
to know you guys better. I loved
It was, the company was awesome.
Oh my gosh. Everybody that we
girls
interacted with was
Are awesome to
so-
race with. Yeah.
We gelled so well this weekend. Everybody
Yep.
gelled so well.
So, Miss Audra, you had a black flag incident on Saturday as well, making it 3 out of 4
Mhm.
on the ladies team. What
Maybe.
happened? What happened?
I overcooked it. I got overconfident and was going in too fast and brake too late, and the car pushed, and
And you
that's where I wound up. Yep.
didn't.
And I found out what happens to you at Lemons when that was my first black flag at Lemons.
It was.
And I came in and there was it was like Game of Thrones with people yelling shame and a guy with a to me, I don't know, you're a very family friendly show. It's a not family friendly thing that they did to the car.
Nope.
And I don't know it.
Definitely
It was a
was.
very interesting experience, really.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yes.
I agree. That's how it rolls. So Jess, you escaped Saturday, no black flags, like a good HPD 1 student of mine that I had. Oh, it was you. Must have been great instruction you got the week before, but then Sunday. What happened?
And then Sunday, I know. Sunday I had gotten a little more confident and I was playing around with shifting, which I hadn't done on Saturday because it was like so new. I was just trying, So I was discovering that, I'm way faster when I shift. How about that?
They put
and
gears in
then I
cars for
just-
a reason. Who knew?
I know, right? And so I was coming up on turn 5 and I just, I still have that, it's a little bit of a bad habit in which, it's not a big secret that I kind of drive the rear view mirror and not going forward. I'm
Mhm.
always concerned with like, who's coming up on me? Do I, can I drive the line if there's somebody coming? I was getting a little bit better about it, but there was 2 cars coming up really fast, double laned on the left-hand side. And I was trying to think about shifting and I was like, put your hand on the clutch, get ready. And then
Well,
before I
that's
knew
the
it,
problem.
woohoo, I'm at the turn.
You-
And then
well,
I was
see,
on the grass.
The biggest problem you had is you put your hand on the clutch.
I know. And that's what I had talked to Alex a little bit about that. And the funny thing is when I'm driving on the street, I just don't even think about it. I just shift so quickly and everything happens like simultaneously, like, foot's on the clutch and I'm shifting and braking and all that. On the track, I just got so nervous about it. I kind of had to get myself ready. So that's something that I'll work on for next time for sure.
Takes a little bit to get comfortable on a track, right, Jen?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're
Well-
doing it the right way.
You are.
Mhm.
Well, Jess, you were the only one of us who got a black flag on. No, you weren't the only one of us who got a black flag on Sunday.
Yes, I
Not a
did get
black-
black flag because of my spin.
Oh, right.
I did. I
So you
came
had
in.
two this weekend.
No, I just had the one.
That was Saturday. No, you weren't the one who spun on Sunday. Jen, no, you. Wait a minute. Who had a black flag on Sunday besides Jess? I think.
Bill?
No,
I know Bill had a black flag in his team.
I did.
Yeah.
and I paid for it.
Yes, you
Audra,
did.
do you
No,
remember
it was
anybody?
so fast, nobody noticed. It was in and out.
Miss Audra, two black flags for the weekend. What happened?
So, that chicane, the first run, I kind of tootled around it. And then the second one, I kind of flew through it. And I was like, oh, that felt really good. You know what? I think I can take this a lot faster.
Hmm.
No.
Inch by inch, inch by inch. It's
She
not an
said
M3.
no.
It's not an M3.
Oh, it said no. The car said no.
I said no.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Vicki and I were stuck on Saturday night. Was it Saturday night or Friday night? Friday night. We were stuck on Friday night prepping the car, and Jen was tied up. I think she was running around trying to get everything straightened together. So Miss Audra and Miss Jess, you guys did your first ever track walks. Now, Jess, I think you ended up doing it by yourself, which was not what we wanted. Miss Audra, you caught up with a group. Can you guys just go through what the track walk did for you? I guess whoever wants to
Audra?
go first.
Well, so I was going to go and I was going to go with Jess, but I still had things to do for the tires and I wanted to finish that before I left. And then I was thinking to myself, well, it's 2.5 miles, so it's going to take me a little while. So I should really just finish this. So I'm like, Jess, you go. And I wasn't going to go, but then Bill, you're like, you really should go. You should get out there. So I finished what I was doing and I finally got out there. And as I was going, some people found me and they track walked me. And I say they track walked me because it was 3 guys on bicycles and I was on foot. So let's just say that I got my steps and a little bit of exercise in.
Yeah.
Did it help you?
But you know, in all seriousness, it was Jeremy, Jonah, and Nick that
Mhm.
had caught up with me, and they stayed with me the whole time and really did such a great job showing me like here are the curbs that you can be on. Here's where you don't want to be. We're getting rain on Sunday, and at that time we thought we were getting rain on Sunday. So
Mhm.
here, like, look at the track, look and see where the shiny is. Where that shiny is, you don't want to be on Sunday if it's raining because that is going to be your slick spots. Here's where you want to be offline in order to be able to avoid that. It was really great. You could see the elevation changes. You could see where it actually, like, where those shiny spots came to be. You could see those areas that if you went a little bit too far in the curbing, that you would be in really big trouble because you could like really hurt the car. So having that, the slow, pointed, specific, you know, like targeted areas, I thought was really helpful. God bless you, Bill.
Oh, sorry.
So when we do a track walk again with Jess, then Jess will experience those visuals. That's the one thing I didn't get a chance to walk out with her with.
Jess, did you
Yeah,
get
I
anything
mean,
out
it
of
was
yours?
nice. Like you can definitely see things like Audra said, elevation, which is huge. And like I remember even that when I was, 25 years ago when I was learning how to drive manual transmission cars, like places that you didn't even know were hills or all of a sudden like mountains when you're, when the car is rolling backwards. But it was very similar. Like I drove the Miata all last week at the HPDE and I drove Friday, the Civic for the prep week. I didn't know that. Had no idea that there was elevation like there was on that track until I walked it.
So
it was
just in the group that you were in, was there nobody talking?
I wasn't in a group. I just
Just walked.
Because
walked.
there were various groups that we came upon.
Yeah.
And there was somebody talking. They were all discussing like, do this here and don't do that here and look at this. And you didn't get
did not happen upon one of those apparently, which is a shame.
That's really too bad.
Yeah.
We'll get her next time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Apparently I've lost my team. But anyway, so overall, ladies, Vicki and Jen, you'd been to the track before. Jess and Audra had both been to the track, but not for a race. What are your thoughts on the Thunderbolt track? Jeff, what do you think? It's the best track you've been on, right?
Right. Yeah.
I did much better driving this track as the day went on with the car. I kept working to make gains and worked to not lose the back end of the car. It was it was quite mental. This weekend was very mental for me. And I walked that freaking tower like 3 or 4 times, and that was its own deal for my body. But yeah, driving the car, and then it was a different experience, and I think it was actually easier driving it on through the Octopus, I found, than racing the truck through the Octopus or rear wheel drive, I thought.
Jess, what do you think?
I liked so I got a lot better about the thing that I really needed to work on was that straightaway, that first turn when you're on that straightaway, right where the flagger is. I would always, you see that massive turn coming up when you're going 100 miles an hour, and your brain is short circuiting. It's like, you should be stopping, there's a really big turn up ahead, but obviously you have to trust that the brakes are going to do their thing and that you're going to brake at the right time. So my big thing to work on, as it was last week, was one, to not lift, because I would chicken out and just lift up the pedal too early. I finally got better about that. And then I would stop. And a lot of it was just doing what the other cars did. So a really nice thing about Lemons is that there's so many cars on the track that you can just do what they all do and learn from it.
Mhm.
So
Lead, follow.
One thing that we didn't talk about, Jess, when we were at the HPD the week before, I tried to prove a point to you by showing you something and seeing how good your vision was. Do you remember what we did at the end of the day?
I do. You asked me what was at the end of turn 1.
And what was your answer?
I had no freaking idea.
And there's a lot of stuff there you've never seen, even though
there is a lot of stuff there. There's a whole runoff area.
And trees and billboards that nobody gets any money for because nobody's looking at them. But
Clearly.
Miss Jen, what did you think? You haven't been to Thunderbolt in a while.
I enjoyed Thunderbolt. I like the straightaway on Thunderbolt.
Mm-hmm.
I like how there's the chicanes coming up to the straightaway there. That's kind of cool.
Yep. The S's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know that it's my favorite.
Okay.
I think I like the other track better, but this is a really nice track too. It's a lot of fun.
Miss Audra, you hadn't been to New Jersey Thunderbolt except for your one-day HPD the weekend before. What were you thinking about it when you got a little bit more time on it?
So 2 things. The Octopus was a lot easier in your Honda than it was in my M2. Even with all the traffic and everything, I found it was a lot more nimble to get around that turn and to get close to that cone that I consistently missed when we were doing the HPD. I am with Jen though. What's that?
Your right foot didn't do as much in the Honda as it did in the M2. So
Yeah, it had something to do with it. But I'm with Jen. I thought that the lightning track was actually, it was a lot more fun. It was shorter, but it wasn't as technical. The Thunderbolt was much more technical. The challenge was fun. Honestly, I can say that every time I came around, I was thinking and plotting and planning and trying to get better and trying to get the right spots, no matter where I was, whether I was offline or online or somewhere in between. So that part of it was really fun because it was very mental for me.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You guys did well. I got to watch you from a few different positions. And one time I was doing a lot of lead follow on Saturday morning. So did you guys have any goals going into the weekend? Anything you were trying to do besides survive?
I just didn't want to crash. Mission accomplished.
Done. That was easy. What about you, Audra? Did you have anything going in? This is your second time. You kind of knew what you were getting into. It wasn't quite so scary this time.
Yeah, and that was great because the last time my first goal was not to throw up my helmet. This time I wasn't battling my scared nausea thing.
Mm-hmm.
So my goals were really to, analyze and try and place myself appropriately and really think as I was going along and not just be in panic mode the whole time.
Mm.
And I feel like I did some of that. I actually got to race a little bit and not just react.
Mm-hmm.
And that was fun.
Yeah, you did well. I mean, it's only your second race, so all applause goes to you. Miss Scripchuck, did you have any goals or were you kind of floating through the weekend?
I really didn't have a lot of goals. My only thing, I really just wanted to learn how to drive this car.
Mm-hmm.
So it really, that took a lot of my focus, was getting to know the car.
How's front wheel drive for you now?
I really like front wheel drive. Yes.
It's
It
even
was
better in the rain, front wheel drive. We catch up to everybody.
Mhm.
Miss Vicki, you
Yes.
don't like my goals, but Did you have any?
My goals, my goals were if I could just get around the track under 2, I was happy to walk
2
off the
minutes?
track. If I can get under 2 minutes, I would be happy. And to just make sure the car was running properly was my other one, and make sure the girls had a good time and they knew what they needed to know to get out there.
Well, you came through with that in spades.
I think you did okay. And it was your first weekend being kind of team manager.
Yeah,
How'd that go?
I kept trying to pass work off to you, and I just realized that you're not our team guy, and I was just like, hey, I need it, and you kind of punted it back, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's okay.
Well, you said
So,
it's all girls, and then you're like, go do
yeah.
this, go do this, go do this. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm in
Yeah.
or I'm out. Which one do you want?
So, oh, excuse me.
The zombie.
But
Vicki.
I know this brace hanger hit me hard this week. So, but yeah, I just just kind of went in and kind of did my thing, and I enjoyed racing, but I also enjoyed working in the garage.
Mhm.
But my goal was to get under 2. My goal was also to keep the car on the track after I first spun out, and to get to know how to drive this car.
Mhm. Looking at it externally,
Captain's log supplemental.
so Miss Vicki,
Yes, sir.
do you remember when we were watching those WRL events and some of those grid life events where you used to see the in-car video and it had like the cameras seeing front and back, but it also could see all the telemetry and everything that was going on? Most of the ones that we liked were taken by the Sentinel system. Remember James came on our podcast earlier?
Right.
We have no excuse since he lent us one for trial and demonstration purposes. We should actually probably put that in one of our cars, maybe 2.
I really think we should.
I think we should.
I know.
Because then we'd look like the immature endurance racing team that we are. Oh, wait, I mispronounced that, didn't I? Sorry, my bad. We could
So what does the
have-
Sentinel system do?
We could have 3 cameras with picture-in-picture. We could have, if we ever get the AIM system to work, open invitation to anybody from AIM to come on and give us a little bit of love. We need some help. And then we could have all our telemetry on there. And then we can have it streamed live into the paddock or around the world to our millions of fans. We're apparently very popular in Kenya right now. Don't know why, but that's fine. And it can integrate all the available race statistics from like Race Hero and everything. So we could actually see how we're doing on video. We wouldn't even have to carry around our phone anymore. Live.
I love it.
Looking at it externally, you guys really didn't need my help except Saturday morning. You guys were screwed Saturday morning if I didn't do what I did. So
What did you do?
Everything. You guys didn't show up till like 10 minutes before you get in the car. So it's okay. Saturday morning, you guys got to get together, but that's fine. All right. So anybody care to know the results? I have tabulated. I have gone through most of the data. Vicki did not share the detailed data, so I'm making guesstimates on some of it.
Okay.
Sure.
138 cars entered on Saturday. You guys finished? Do you remember? Anybody? 70.
We were in the
Okay.
60s, right? 68.
70, I think it was.
Oh.
I'll recheck though. So we were on schedule. We needed to be on 69 by the end of Sunday. 69 by the end of Sunday. How'd we do, ladies?
So at the end of Sunday, I think we were like 50 something, right? Were we in the 50s?
56.
56. Living large.
Yes, but how were we in our class? Did we ever find that out?
I have not tabulated it. You were you were in the top half though, for sure.
Okay.
Because you were right at halfway on Saturday. So you got better.
That's
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
that's
You're
right.
right.
We don't suck.
No.
Go us.
Any guesses on how many laps you guys managed or how many
I
miles?
actually know because I looked at the data. But
Did you? Oh, well, you have to be quiet. You can answer once they guess.
So I have it written in front of me. So
No, that doesn't work. All right.
300 is my guess. I don't know.
Okay. Audra.
317.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
714 miles. Right, Miss Vicki?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very well. Fastest lap of the weekend. Who? Raise your hand if you think you got it.
I know I did. I did.
That's right. Did you break your 2 minutes goal?
I
Miss
did.
Vicki?
I did break my 2 minutes.
You
I
broke
kept
it.
I kept tabulating as I finished the octopus on whether I was going to make it or not. And then I
Mhm.
kept trying to make better gains in other parts of the track.
You know the number?
Was it her hero run?
No, she did a couple of them. She did.
Oh, that's right.
Sorry.
No,
Rosa.
I did. I have it written down in front of me. I knew I did a 157, but I did a 157.9.
Yes.
So
And it was
I
a
was
high
good.
9. You just
yes.
barely
So
broke 158. But
I
157,
know.
you get to say 157. That's fine.
157.
Awesome.
Ladies, anybody else know how they did?
I know I was doing like 220s at the end.
Because you had to.
Well, I would say at the end you were doing zeros because we were pushing you. But we'll get to that story. Any guesses? Any guesses? It's hard to do
No.
time in Lemons because there's so many cars and so much traffic. It's hard to
Yeah.
get a free lap.
No.
Okay. Ladies, you were all around the 202 and 203. I haven't gotten the exact numbers yet, but
Cool.
you all were pretty even. So nicely done.
Yeah, nice.
We don't suck.
Don't
We do not suck.
You don't, which sucks for me because now I have to go get a team to race on because I'm not allowed anymore. But that's fine. So, ladies, any surprises that you learned on track? Anything that you want to work on? Anything that wasn't what you wanted? Anything that, like, what was that person doing? Jen's like, nah, I've been through this junk before.
Yeah, there
I'm
was-
just thinking. I mean, like I said, my big thing is I really just want to bring that car back to an HPD.
yeah, absolutely.
you-
Now we
you
got it
know.
going.
We will
Yeah.
be doing that in July with Grid Life.
Yes. I'm very excited for that.
That's right. Ladies, Miss Jess and Miss Audra, you are invited as well. So if you wish to go.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
No worries. Any surprises, Miss Jess? I mean, it was a trial by fire. It wasn't exactly like the HBD weekend before.
No, it was just, it was this, I did it. That's all I'm happy about. Like I said, I got through it and I didn't crash and I had fun and I feel like I did well, so,
Mhm.
it was fun on the track, hearing all like the horns go by and the thumbs up and the waves. That was nice.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Mhm. Miss Audra, you've done this before. Any surprises? Anything that you said? "Hmm,
Yeah, actually, so I have to say I only did this once before, and luckily got to come back, different track. I think with all these different people, and there were actually people who remembered me
Mhm.
from last
Aw.
time and talked to me and encouraged me and gave great advice and were just like tremendously kind.
Yeah.
And all the people that we've interviewed from Women's before we did any of this, I mean, that's all the things they said. And they didn't oversell that. Like, people are so nice.
I'm gonna miss that. I'm honestly gonna miss like how energetic and outgoing and friendly and helpful they all are. Cause it's not like and Laura knows it's not like that everywhere, it's
Mhm.
I'm like, it's not gonna be like that. If I walk in the bank and need help with the ATM, like people aren't gonna
Yeah, right.
Autocrosses, but I've been with the same autocross group for how many years now? So it's my normal environment. And
Yeah.
taking out of that and going to a different environment. I didn't expect somebody to walk up to me and said, "Oh, hey, I remember you from Thompson last year."
Yes, but
Aw.
were they
Go
wearing
with
were they wearing a dress or a tail or anything like that? Were they wearing anything wacky when they
Fabulously
said
so. And that made it even better.
It's still funny how like accustomed to that you get. Like it just didn't even phase me after a while, which is really funny.
Mhm.
No, it was so great because you're just like, "Hey, I like your tail," and the person's like,
I know.
"That's right,"
it? So I do have to tell you, do you remember that one group with the little old man who won like the AOE and everybody was all dressed the same at the end? They all had like these white uniforms with like these little caps on.
Dale.
Right. So the story, I'm not sure if you understand the story about that, but that whole team dressed up as Dale.
Yeah, I got to meet Dale Saturday night. We hung out for a
Yes.
bit at the Saturday night party. It was awesome.
Did you say happy birthday, Dale?
I did say happy. I learned that
Yes,
story too. That was
yeah,
funny.
it's not his birthday, but
No, it is not.
no, everybody
It's
just
every
sings happy
day.
birthday to him when they see him.
Every day. That's birthday.
I thought about the next day. I thought about, being the jerk that was like, very merry on birthday to you.
Yeah.
He's very, very kind. And I can say from Thompson and now from New Jersey, both times when he was on the grid, when we were doing the pits, he came over to me and gave me advice. And he was just like really, really kind and really, really sweet.
He is.
Race people are the best people.
Oh my gosh.
They are.
They are. Miss Jen, any surprises? Anything you weren't prepared for?
No, there really weren't any surprises.
Kind of normal.
I was surprised how much easier it was to drive that car on Sunday than
Yeah.
it was on Saturday and Friday.
Once you took the cookie off.
My joy came from seeing actually Audra get out of the car every single time because
Oh my
she
gosh.
had a huge smile on her face. Like it
I thought
was
she was gonna
just
break her helmet.
I know.
and every time she got out, it just got a little bit bigger.
Aw.
It's
And-
so fun.
And that brings
Yeah.
us to the
Fun.
first award of the weekend, which I have here. It goes to Audra for the biggest smile getting out of a race car.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you
The
know, I
girls
always-
did so good.
Yes, absolutely.
Bill
It was a
Piker,
good
though,
weekend.
You say to me all the time, you worry about everything, and I do. And on Sunday, I was tremendously worried about being in for 2 hours because it was my first time going in for 2 hours. And I was like, oh my God, I'm a little tired. I'm going to make it. If I screw up, it's the end of the day. It's going to be really competitive. I had all day. I was a nervous wreck till I get into the car. And then I was like, oh, this still is fucking fun.
Yeah, right. I had to call and talk to her.
No worries. We're good.
Yeah, I called in and I just double checked on her because I told her I would, just to make sure that she was okay, that we could pull her if she was just feeling the exhaustion of it. And, she's like, nope. And I just had to make her sure she double checked to flash her lights, coming around. She was in for the long haul. She was good to go.
Yeah.
How
It was the
2 hours?
fastest 2 hours of my life.
Right.
I could not believe how fast that time went. Well, right up until the end when I had an eighth of a tank of gas. And
Right.
we come around the corner, we go to empty. Then we go to eighth.
We
Then
had
we go to
quite a
empty, going to be a little under eighth. Then we go to empty, and then just a little
we had quite a few meetings and little pit
We did,
conferences while
right.
you were driving. We're like, oh, she can make it. And then we're like,
If not, it'll
"I'm
be
not
experience
sure she
with the
can."
vultures.
And I'm like, eh. Then we're like, do we really want to get on all our race stuff? By the time we get it doing it, she'll be ready to get off the course.
That was it. By the time we got all of our gear together, stuff like that, then was it going to be worth to pull you in at that
Right.
point? And and then the track really opened up at the end.
I had it calculated down to the
Yeah. I mean, there traffic wise, there was
Right.
not, I mean, there were cars, but I don't even know how many cars finished, but it had to be less than half.
It had to be. It was not crowded out there. And the really
No.
nice thing was, I would get caught in the packs of the really fast drivers, but in between, I had time to just drive the line and
Mhm.
really I was just having fun. It was just
Yeah.
so great. And even when I was in the packs, I could for a little while keep up a little bit, before they really blew me away. But everybody was really predictable, and it was not as tough as what I thought it was going to be.
Mhm.
So,
It was fun.
so Jess
fun.
and Audra, you hadn't done, well, Audra had done them, but you hadn't really done pit stops before. How did they go? It was kind of new. You don't.
A lot
do those
better
in
than I
motocross.
thought. I was apprehensive. The two things that I was apprehensive about was one, kind of knowing where to go for a pit stop, and two, merging onto the track, onto a hot track, which I had never done before. They were fine. They were so much, it just flowed. So it was a non-issue, which was awesome.
Last time our pit stops were so bad. I don't know if you remember this, Vicki and Jen, we were getting heckled. And they
Yes.
were like, oh, we got a job for you. Are you able to leave, And this time it went much, much better. So that was great.
Yeah.
We had that one guy come running from the paddock into the pit lane to help you guys with your pit stops because he had time.
Okay, and this time your friends all jumped in to help.
Yeah.
We
I
all
did
did
that too.
things, and then all of a sudden there was a person.
This was amazing. There was a lot of times where I was supposed to fuel the car and like somebody like Alex or Jeremy would come up and like take the fuel and do it for me. I was like, this is awesome.
I kind of wanted it to be like, I got this, but
Yeah.
You
they
could.
were so nice.
Yeah, we had issues with our belts, I still think. So before I sent Bill off to his HPDE weekend, I pulled that that groin belt, the seat belt, and pulled it out to readjust that because it had to be adjusted because it was really difficult for us to get that set. And it technically it needed to be higher. It had to be up below your belly button, but it was sitting really low on us. So that was a frustrating part for us because our gloves are so clunky, and trying to whatever. But anyway, we got it fixed.
I do have a couple of bruises in my fat from it, but I was like, ooh, badges of honor from
Yeah, it's not supposed to be that low, but it's fine now. But you fit into the car nicely, Audra, this time around. We didn't have to do anything special, overly special. We did have to, I think we only had to lift you up just a bit, but you didn't have a problem touching the floor, which was good. Steering wheel is still, I think, a little close for you ladies. But I don't know how we could fix that, but
Actually, I felt like I felt good once you put that little cushion under my butt.
Mhm.
I felt like it was pretty perfect.
Yeah, we ended up taking a cushion that we had and it was too tall for her. So I think it was Friday night, I cut it down to make sure that she fit and reformed it. So yeah, it worked well. So now I think you have it, Bill, in case you have a shorter person is running in the car.
Well, since it's only me, I'm pretty sure I'm about the same height as me. So
Well,
I was a little bit ridiculously happy that I was splitting that cushion with someone who was driving in your race truck.
Yep.
So that made me like really, really happy that it was a little kid. Like,
There's another
here's the
person.
cushion. I get it next.
yeah,
It wasn't just me.
no, it wasn't just you.
nope. So ladies, this is probably the only challenging question for the entire podcast because we're not good enough to come up with hard questions. What is a driving skill that you guys think would help you the next time you guys get out there? What do you think you need to work on? What's the number one thing? Just one. They've got the puzzled look on. It's like Final Jeopardy. We should play the song. Do 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 do.
I need to work on being more aggressive.
Yeah.
I disagree. A lot.
Really?
Yes. Having driven with you on 2 HPDs, no, that's not it. Try again.
But you haven't gone with me in lemons with all of those other cars. I have a tendency to just like drop back and let them pass me.
Maybe not in an HPD, you don't. But anyway.
Well, I need to transfer that skill over then to lemons.
Okay. Very well. All right. So we'll agree to disagree. Miss Jess, do you have one?
Yeah, not braking as often as I do. I brake when I don't have to brake. That's my big problem.
All right, we can work on that. We can do another HPD. There's a ladies HPD event that I'm not sure if you guys are going to. So we might.
I think I'm going.
Okay.
I think we might be going.
All I need is a yes from somebody, and then I'll find out.
Mhm.
Miss Jen, do you have a one thing you like? If you had a magic genie and you could make a wish, and your skill in this area would improve, that would help you the most. What do you think?
I would like to be as comfortable in the front wheel drive as I was in the rear wheel drive.
Okay.
That is ultimately where I want to be.
More seat time.
I mean, I know that I'm not doing what I possibly can do.
Sure.
Because I'm still a little nervous on how it reacts in corners.
You got to see it a couple times, and then you're like, oh, that's what I do or don't do. Okay, I can see that. Miss Vicki, you got one?
One thing I need to do is stop lifting or start tap braking on hills going up. I should just plow through those. 'Cause technically, I shouldn't be doing those. I should just be riding the compression going down. And it's still self-preservation at the end.
Still?
Well, I wasn't going to. This weekend was not the day to do that. Yeah, this weekend was not the time to do that. Learning a new car with 138 people on. So no,
Perfect.
it's still, yeah. But I, you know what though, when I was trying to make my gains, I really was trying to do that and making it up on the end of that front straight. So this still area I'm still going to have to work on.
Okay. Miss Jess, you're barely going to be able to answer this one, but it's a traditional post race. What did we do better than the last time, and what can we improve on for next time? Since you didn't really do the last time, you get to do. What can we improve on for next time? What can we make? What makes us better? What do you think we need to work on as a team, as a ladies team?
Ooh, oh geez.
We can come back. We can come back if you need time.
Yeah, I mean, probably the only thing that I could think of is to put me to work more,
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah.
We could do some more training, at non-race training. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Audra, this was your second time. You get to answer both. What did we do better than the last time, and what can we improve on for next time?
So I think you have all become more organized since the last time I saw you.
Really?
Because it was definitely a better organization. There was less just general clutter, and it was more just like the targeted things that you needed. And I think that made a big difference in being able to operate in the space. What I did miss though was you had last time checklists of things to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it made made it easier for me to help to know like these, go through these items, and that's what you need to do instead of just being, running around Vicki like a puppy going, what do you want next? What do you want next? What do you want next?
All right. Well, we had those. We just didn't break them out. They were there, but that's okay. All right. Good notes. We can work on that. Miss Jen, what do you think we did better, and what do you think we can do to improve?
I feel like because the car was so well prepared, there really wasn't a whole lot to do.
Lies.
I mean, it wasn't like we were up all night trying to fix something that broke or wasn't working.
Right.
The stuff that we had to do was just general maintenance stuff. Like you have to do that anyway.
Mhm.
So like I feel like the whole weekend just kind of went really smoothly. But I think a lot of different things played into that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like we all just, tend to be calm people and, just kind of roll with it type thing. And we just kind of gelled really well. The car was well prepared. Like it was just a good, just flowed. It flowed really well.
Which brings us to the next award for the weekend. Jen gets the most missed award. We missed you. We didn't have you at pit race last time. There you go.
Yeah. Her costume was hilarious.
It was.
Oh my God.
We'll do BS Tech shortly. Miss Audrey, you had a question or an answer?
Oh no, I need your address offline so that I can send you several tire gauges. That was the other thing that we could do better.
Yes, it would be nice to bring it. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Miss Vicki, what do you think? What can we improve on? What did we do better?
When we were packing, we missed a lot of stuff. I didn't have some of the key things that I needed.
Tire gauge.
Well, you know what? The cabinet was missing some key stuff. We didn't bring any extension cords.
Mhm.
The tire gauges, there were some key elements. So I think we have to go back to the list and pack a little better, but
use the list would be good.
You guys label everything with the label maker, and it's like amazing. I can't overstate how unbelievably amazing and helpful that is. I'm going to start to do that with all my tools. Like I'm learning from you. I think I'm going to start to do that because it was
Brother
amazing.
P touch.
Did you enjoy some of the labels that we have?
Yeah.
What was
Yeah,
your favorite?
hammer
What was your-
time.
what was your
Stop
favorite?
hammer time. Yeah.
Stop hammer time. Okay, that's our hammer drawer. Miss Vicki, anything we could do better?
Yeah, just the list. You know what? I did enjoy not having the space cluttered. I would probably enjoy having our car trailer maybe a little closer, but not necessarily having to unpack everything like we normally do.
No.
Just the key important things and leave the back in case of emergency stuff still in our trailer. It just frees up space. But yeah, I think what could we do better? Yeah, it just makes a difference just bringing a prepared car. Oh geez.
Thank you, John.
Having it done, not having to worry about stuff at the last minute. It's huge.
So looking at it from an external perspective, I would say you guys need to work on your Saturday morning because your Saturday morning was a little slow starting, and your pit stops. We had a few that were quite long.
Pit stops were a little difficult because of that belt. That belt system was difficult. We were having problems with that.
Yeah.
But
it was your fault. I'm just saying that would be something to
hush. No, I know, but I'm just telling you, I think some of the reasons is that we sat and had to undo that belt like 2 or 3 times, and we couldn't get in, and we couldn't figure where the locking mechanism was because it doesn't spring back, or it wasn't springing back properly because it was sitting so low. So, but yeah, I mean, if we managed to pick up our paddock time, that would give us some gains in our timing also.
You know what we could practice too is the mirror placement.
Yeah.
I think we did a lot of messing around with the mirrors at the last minute to see where we wanted them to be because we're not quite sure, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. We might have some radio interference between the 2 antennas. We're going to move them apart.
Those freaking radios.
We fixed it. And then we messed it up. I know what to do. We're good. Okay.
Because we're actually going to do some stuff in the air hangar region to fix our radios because it's every race that we go to is an issue. Yeah.
When it worked great.
Yeah.
Okay. So ladies, we didn't really cover our theme and we didn't really cover what we did for BS Tech. What did we do? Who wants to describe this fantastic theme? Don't
say it again.
The theme and going through BS Tech.
Oh my God.
Well, you were the Pillsbury Doughboy.
I was.
And Vicki wrote "poke me" on his belly.
It was a request, but anyway. What was the car's theme, ladies?
Chrissy's mom's cookies.
Yeah. So yes, Chrissy's mom bakes wonderful cookies for the paddock, and it was a theme that Bill had thought up and had wanted to do. We kind of fought him a little bit on it, and then we just went for it. We had a vision, and I think the vision came through. Jen, that's pretty much just how we wanted it to go. And I think we surprised Chrissy.
It was kind of a dual thing because we got to thank them for helping us, and we got the little tribute to them. And if an extra cookie delivery comes our way next time, that's fine too.
Yes, her mom was so excited.
I didn't hear anything. About it. Okay.
Yes, her mom was very excited. We got a call in and got her on speakerphone, and she's like, "We love the car." And Dad's like, "It's awesome."
Very nice.
So it was so nice.
So Jess, this was your first time going through BS Tech. Do you want to describe we have the safety tech, and then we have what's called BS Tech, where we try to get classed in cars. Do you want to kind of describe the debacle that is Lemon's BS Tech?
Yeah, it was funny. It was like a circus. It was a very specific. It was a very obviously they were doing a proper tech inspection and everything, but at the same time, everybody's in a full costume, and if you have audio effects, that's the time to blare them. It's funny. It's almost like it's your time to shine. It was a lot of fun. It was very fun.
What was our festival encompassing? Everybody got dressed up, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what were you?
Cookie Monster.
You were Cookie Monster. What was Miss Audra?
I was a giant cookie.
You were. Miss Vicki, you were. I don't know.
I was just kind of like a retro mom with
And then the highlight, I believe. Miss Jen.
Jennifer and Jim.
That's
Yeah.
Oh
true.
my
And
gosh,
Jim.
Jennifer was so funny.
I was
Jen?
just a baker with lots of flour all over me.
That's
All
what
over her
hand flour.
face.
And you just had
Hand
like this
flour
bit
and
of,
cooking it. And
yeah, you were,
everybody.
it's like you were blessing all the cars. You just pinch it, reach into her bin and pinch
Just
it. at
flicking
everybody, and her
flour, everybody.
face
J-
is covered. Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
And Jim was the chef from the Muppets with the Hordivore.
Yeah.
He had the big eyebrows with the big mustache. Oh, he was so funny.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Good time had by one and all. Okay, ladies, we're going to end it with the traditional good, bad, and the ugly. And what did we learn? I guess we kind of did what did we learn before. So let's just do good, bad, and the ugly. Anybody
Mhm.
want to go first? Anybody? Raise your hands.
The good was watching the ladies race. The good was watching them hop out of the car and seeing their face and knowing that they have real talent, in the car. And even if it was their first race, I mean, I'm just thinking like, a couple more races. These girls are going to be something to really compete with. It's going to be awesome. That
Brings
was
us
my
to the third award of the weekend. Miss Vicki,
yes,
you get the Team Captain in Training Award.
yes,
Well
yeah. It was good.
Well done.
It was good. Thank you all. Let me see. The bad. I think the bad was just going off, and that was nothing. I had no uglies. There were zero uglies. Everything just went so nice this weekend.
Okay.
And the Cookie Monster stealing our cookie.
That was
That was
awesome.
hilarious.
Hilarious.
That was pretty ingenious.
That was pretty awesome.
Miss Jess, you want to go give it a crack at the good, bad, and the ugly?
Oh boy. I mean, the good was just the whole thing, the vibe of the whole event. Like it was just fun. It was good energy. It was just so freeing. Like I can't speak enough about it.
Which brings us to the last team award of the weekend, which goes to you, Miss Jess.
Oh yeah. For what?
You actually got an award that has an oar in it. It's either the head spinning award or the Who Knew I Would Fit Right In award. We haven't decided.
Right.
It's
Jeez.
right on the line. We're not sure which one it was, but you get one of those.
You
It's
guys
in the
are
mail.
everybody's my kind of people. So I'm gonna go with the I Fit Right In award. That's hilarious. I
You
love
found
it.
your tribe.
I did. Like, oh, I get these people from the bottom of my heart. It was so fun. Yeah, so that was the good. And then like the bad was, you kind of have to like camping. It's just a thing.
The camping wasn't so bad though.
No,
better
it wasn't because of you guys and Jen. Jen needs a shout out for her unbelievable breakfast. Like she was thinking of things that I didn't even think of. Like I ate oatmeal in the morning. She had a hot pot filled with boiling water, ready to go. She had a coffee maker filled with coffee. And when enough people came over and then I blinked and before I knew it, she had it redone with a new pot. Like it was amazing. Amazing.
I think one of the greatest things that I love when I do this is that Jennifer just shows up and hands me a cup of coffee.
Yeah. It was awesome.
I tell you
Really
what, there's
awesome.
something really nice about just being
Yeah.
handed a cup of coffee
Yeah.
ready to go.
And for the ugly, I would definitely have brought 20 more t-shirts next year because how sweaty you get.
Yeah.
This isn't the hot one. Thompson.
I know. And I just wasn't prepared for that. So more leggings, more t-shirts, like more changes of clothes.
Mhm. I understand. Not a problem. Well, it's a great way to build up your racing t-shirts. There is a Lemons t-shirt swag link I can send you if you need some from the weekend.
Yes.
Okay, very well. Miss Audra, do you have a good, bad, and the ugly?
The good, I am going to jump on the bandwagon that Jen is just quietly awesome.
Look at that. Look at that. Very nice. Okay. I'm not going to disagree. She is.
Can I go with the hilarious was when we were doing the prep and Jess was like, but where do we get coffee?
See what's important to me.
Not a problem. Not a problem. All right. You got a bad and the ugly or no?
I don't know that there was really any bad. Things went really smoothly and I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think there was any ugly either. Maybe the ugly was the my embarrassing spins and having to take my shameful punishment. But at least I didn't get buttocks on my windshield, so I
Yes.
figure I went ahead on that.
Yeah, I didn't, but we'll move on.
Yeah, there you go.
Miss Jen, good, bad, and the ugly.
I don't have any bad or ugly for this weekend. It was an awesome weekend. There's no bad, no ugly. It was a lot of fun. I always enjoy having newer drivers come and drive with us. And I particularly enjoyed how happy they were all weekend.
And
it was just so fun. It was a great weekend. Like we all just kind of, gelled really well, and it was good. And other women too, just having other women come and do it and kind of share that experience, because there really aren't a lot of women that do it. I mean, probably more than what you would think, but there's not a lot. So it's always fun to have other women come in and drive with us.
It seems to be growing, though. I mean, if you walk around the paddock, you'll see more and more.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think most people will probably be surprised with how many do race, but yeah, still not enough.
Nope, not enough. It's not over 50%. We're not there yet. We haven't hit the population equal. So, ladies, all of you, I want you to be proud of what you guys did this weekend. But remember, they won't always go this well.
No, they won't.
Yeah, right. Now I'm gonna get spoiled.
Yeah. I think you guys had one of the best weekends we've had, and I was glad to be able to share it with you guys and watch from afar, even when I got sucked in. And well done, ladies.
Thank you. And
Thank
thank you for the
Thank you
opportunity.
for having me back. Yeah, this is great.
So let's talk mini project, shall we?
Yeah. Well, I've already been watching videos on like how to remove the back seat. I'm like, I'm going to start with that. I'm already like all gung ho about it.
Excellent. All right. Well, it sounds like
Yes.
we're going to have a trip up to Miss Jess's house and invade her mini and take everything out of it and start the process. That would be fantastic. All right, ladies, job well done. The
Thank
goal was
you.
50%, and you guys exceeded it quite well. So, mission accomplished.
Thank you, Mr. Bill.
No worries.
Mhm.
Thank you, Mr. Fisher.
No worries. Thanks, everybody. You have a great night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh
Yay.
my gosh, I tell you, I'm still suffering. I don't know how you guys are.
I'm
This is way
still
past my
slow.
bedtime.
Oh my gosh, I was laying down on the floor in the hangar just to rest a little bit when Alan took some stuff out.
Aw.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my God. I said, Alan, I just can't go anymore. I actually woke up like about 10 minutes before this podcast ran. I was napping.
Wow.
As I called you.
I
I'm
know.
So jealous. So jealous.
How bad was it for you guys this week so far?
I'm better now, but earlier I was slow. Like Monday and Tuesday, I was slow. Yesterday was the slowest day.
Yeah.
I definitely drank more coffee in the mornings.